Hey, welcome and good morning. Welcome to today's Daily Dose. I'm Eric Watson of Team Watson here in Bowie, Maryland, where we promote and where our mantra is wealth, wellness, and winning. And wealth is all about promoting a wealthy mindset, a mindset of being financially free, a mindset of being debt-free, and a mindset of being able to pass on a financial legacy to your family. The wellness is all about keeping closely in mind those things that we put in and around our bodies so we can live longer, healthier lives, which leads me to my latest objective, which is a group called 50 is the New 30. A group of us approaching the age of 50 or over the age of 50 or even younger, but who need accountability partners when it comes to our journey, when it comes to wellness and staying on the right path. So we have folks that are trained in nutrition, trained in exercise, all those type things. You need to check us out. If you want to be added, let me know. 50 is the New 30. We are each other's accountability partners. And the winning is all about promoting a winner's mindset. A mindset of being one who's not easily deterred by the distractions of life. All right. If you're on a path to your goal, then, some things may happen that knock you off that path. But you know what? You get right back on it. And you keep on pushing towards your goal. You get knocked down, you get up, you brush it off, you keep on going. All right, so that's what it's all about, wealth, wellness, and winning. And you can reach us on our Facebook page at Wealth, Wellness, and Winning, or on my personal Facebook page at Eric Watson. And just let me know what you think about today's Daily Dose quote. And again, today, as I say each and every day, I am again, blessed to be blessed on this, the greatest day of my life. And those who do not know may ask, why is it the greatest day of your life? It is the greatest day of my life because I was allowed to get up, get out of bed, walk amongst the living, take yet another breath, and share with each and every one of you. So I truly feel that I am blessed to be able to share because everybody ain't able. Everyone doesn't have the platform. And it is a blessing for me to be able to communicate and share with each and every one of you. And I hope that someone out there can be positively impacted by something that's said today. And if I cannot directly reach them, if you just do me a favor and share it with them. It doesn't have to be over Facebook. It could be over a conversation, a cup of coffee, whatever the case may be. But if you know someone that needs to hear what is said today, please share it. Because I feel that each and every day, if I can touch but one person, then my job is done. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and get into today's Daily Dose, which is by a gentleman named Ralph Nader. All right. Ralph Nader. And for those who do not know, Ralph Nader is an American political activist, author, lecturer, and attorney noted for his involvement in consumer protection, environmentalism, and government reform causes. And what Ralph Nader said was, I start with the premise that the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. I'm going to say it again. I start with the premise that the function of a leader is to produce more leaders, not more followers. All right, so we've been talking about leadership this week. And on Monday, what we said is leaders provide hope. A leader is someone who can be inspirational. A leader is someone who provides hope that you too can achieve your goals, dreams, and they are someone who naturally attracts people to them because they do provide that hope. Yesterday, we talked about how a leader has to be somewhat of a grassroots kind of person. They have to show vulnerability. All right. They have to show that they are a real person to be able to attract others to them. All right. And today we're talking about the fact that leaders, the objective of a leader is to produce more leaders, not more followers. It's not the goal and mission of a leader to have a flock of followers and just be that one person that leads everyone. So, a leader's objective should be to build others and share the light, share the knowledge of leadership with others so that they too can grow and become leaders. All right. So a leader should be one who's always willing to share of him or herself to ensure that those who are following are learning how to do the same things or emulate what that leader's doing in order to be able to become the next leader. All right. A leader should always be willing to shine that light on others. And if you look at it from a military perspective, military leaders are always training those under their charge to do the exact same things that they do, because there's a possibility that they may go down. Okay. You have to have that next man up type mentality. If I can borrow that from the New England Patriots, I guess. Next man up. Whoever's next in line has to be able to step into that leadership role. So leaders develop leaders. And from a project management standpoint, you never want a single point of failure. You never want to be that one person that knows everything. And if, for whatever reason you can't make it, or you're out sick or something along those lines, and your project just goes sideways because you're the only one who can lead that project, right? It's all about developing leaders and helping others to be able to step into that role that you feel or that they could potentially fill as they grow. And it's especially important in business. All right. Especially important in business, especially in this industry that we're in. Everything that you do has to be duplicatable. All right. So I can't be the one or even I'll just take it a step further. The leader of our team can't be the one who's doing everything. All right. Number one, he get burnt out. But number two, he could never reach down in an organization far enough to be able to affect everyone in that organization. So it has to be duplicatable. So what he teaches, I have to learn. What I teach, the people on my team have to learn. Everything has to be duplicatable so that everyone in the organization can learn from one another. And that's how leaders are grown. They look at the leaders in their organization and they emulate them. They learn from them and they grow to be leaders themselves. And those leaders help them and show them how to grow into those leadership roles. All right. So to be a leader, it should not be anyone's goal to have a flock of followers and a bunch of people that will, worship the ground that you walk on and just follow you blindly and just, do whatever you say to do. No, you should develop leaders who are going to be thinkers, leaders who are going to think from the same perspective that you think from, so that if for whatever reason you're out of the game, then that next person can step up into that leadership role and make sure that the duties and actions are carried out appropriately. All right. So again, we're talking about leaders this week. And again, Ralph Nader said, I start with the premise that the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. All right. It has to duplicate, produce leaders, and you will see business increase tenfold. All right. Help those help themselves. All right. So I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think about Ralph Nader's quote there. Did he get it right? Did he get it wrong? Should leaders just expect to have a bunch of followers? Is it correct that they should be developing leaders? Are you a leader? All right. Let's just make it personal. Are you a leader? I want to see some posts from you all. Drop something down below with regard to whether you consider yourself a leader. Are you a leader? If so, what are you doing to develop leaders? Are you spending that time and taking that effort to help those in your charge, to help those on your team to develop into leaders themselves? All right. Are you that leader? Okay. And if you're not a leader, do you have a leader that you can emulate, someone that you can look to try to figure out how to become that next leader? All right. Because to be successful, there has to be some form of leadership. Now, you may not be in that immediate leadership role, but you should be learning all that you can to be able to step into that leadership role, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. You never know when you are going to be thrust into that position where all of a sudden now people are looking to you for leadership. All right. So you have to learn as much as you can to step into that role. So if you are not that leader yet, then you need to figure out who you want to emulate in order to be that leader. All right. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you and what you think about your leadership position. Because I know right now, personally, myself, I am a leader within my organization, but I am not the leader. I am not someone, I am not that specific go-to guy. I am learning as I go. And hopefully I will learn how to be that go-to guy as I move forward. All right. But I think every day is a learning evolution. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can to increase my leadership skills and get to a point where I eventually am that go-to guy. But again, I'm a leader in my organization, but I am not the leader, because there are a whole lot of people who know a whole lot more than me that I am trying to learn. So with that, I want to hear from each and every one of you. What type of leader are you? Well, first of all, are you a leader? Secondly, what type of leader are you? Are you one who is helping others to follow in your footsteps as a leader? All right. So again, you can drop comments in Wealth, Wellness, and Winning on our Facebook page or on my personal Facebook page at Eric Watson, and just let me know what you think. What are you? Are you a leader? Is everyone in your organization able to duplicate what you are doing? Are they able to step in the gap in your absence and make things happen? All right. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and give thanks to those who joined me today. Frederick Gilbo, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Kathy Watson, my running partner down there in the SIP. Same name, not related, but she is doing absolutely great things down there in Mississippi. She is a leader in her own. All right. Gino Calvin, hey, thank you so much for joining me. Marine, I appreciate you. Nikki Terry, thank you for joining me. And Nikki said hello. Hello back to you, ma'am. I appreciate you. Melissa Najer, thank you so much for joining me. And Melissa said good morning. Good morning to you. I appreciate you. Tracy Whitfield, thank you so much. JB Merritt, thank you for joining me. My wife, Tammy, as always, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. And she gave me, she knows that I'm not an emoji guy. So she intentionally put an emoji up there with the hand waving. So I don't know if that's a high five or you're waving and you're telling me bye, that you're leaving. I don't know. But whatever that is, tell me what it is later. Okay. Melissa Najer said, yes, share the stage with those wanting to step onto it. Absolutely. You can't hoard leadership. All right. Leadership is something that needs to be shared. All right. So those who want to step on the stage, exactly. You have to share your light. All right. DC Clark, thank you so much for joining me. Melissa Najer said, yes. Gino Calvin said, good morning. Mark Cameron, my good friend down there. I don't know if you are in Florida now or in Jamaica, but my good friend down south. And Mark said, good morning, my brother. Love that accent. And said, agreed. No man is an island. And he sure did. And of course, I am brother man. So I have to go back through and listen to where you dropped those in there. But again, you have to share leadership with others. All right. Melissa Nazier said, earning my leadership, teaching to teach. I like that. Teaching to teach. So you're teaching others to teach, teaching others how to be leaders. I like that. Teaching to teach. I might have to quote Melissa Nazier on one of my Daily Dose quotes. I appreciate you, ma'am. Mark Cameron again said, I've always had my own mind and opinions. Okay. But has there been someone in your life who that you've looked to as a leader? Has there been someone that you look to for leadership? All right. And have you been that person? That's more important. Have you been that person to others who have provided that leadership? All right. Thank you for the comment, brother. Solomon Mansari said, watching from Sierra Leone in West Africa. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to West Africa on today's Daily Dose. Thank you so much, Solomon. Gino Calvin said, I lead and follow. And one thing that I think you already know as a Marine is that in order to be an effective leader, you first must be an effective follower, right? So you first have to learn how to follow, learn how to learn, to steal from Melissa Nazier, but you have to learn how to be that person in the subordinate role in order to understand both sides of leadership. All right. So I like that. You lead and you follow, but in order to lead effectively, you have to know how to be an effective follower. So I like that, Gino. Thank you so much. John Williams, thank you for joining me. Donna Barber, another one of our teammates. Thank you so much for joining me. Glass Bart, what's going on with you, brother? I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. John Williams said hello. Hello to you, brother. Michael Sanders, thank you so much for joining me. John Williams said root Q. Root to the Qs. I appreciate my fraternity brothers out there. Thank you so much, bro. My wife Tammy said that is good information. Sometimes we want to jump to being the guy in charge when there is a learning curve and process. Be patient and know where you are in the process. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be prepared. Now, what you have to do is be ready to learn incessantly. You have to learn consistently, soak in information. And when your time comes, your time will come. Your time will come. But on the flip side, as the leader, looking at that person who is learning incessantly, you have to help them learn. Okay. You can't withhold knowledge. You can't withhold leadership principles, objectives, and those type things. You have to help that person learn to be a leader. So you have to work as a team. And, we go back to the whole teamwork thing, but leadership is all about helping that team. All right. So thank you so much, Tam. I appreciate you. Tracy Crawford, thank you for joining me this morning. MLH Hill, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I said that correctly. Let me know if I did not. Madison Smith, my fraternity brother and my business partner down in North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me. Deborah Rutledge, absolute superstar in business. Thank you for joining me, ma'am, down there in Alabama. Thank you so much. Madison Smith said, be blessed, my brother. And roof. All right. Be blessed, bro. I appreciate you. Mark Cameron again said, being a good leader is making others buy into your direction. Yes, you have to make others go where they never would have gone before. All right. Because they trust, and leadership there's a lot of trust involved in leadership. It's because they trust that you will do the right thing. All right. So being a good leader, others will follow because they trust you, but they also know that you're not hoarding leadership. You're also teaching and training them to be leaders. So that's when people will really tend to follow. All right. So thank you for the comment, Mark. I appreciate you. And Monica Savior Griffith, thank you so much. Oh, excuse me. I said Savior. Survivor Griffith. I appreciate you for joining me. Thank you so much. And once again, Mark Cameron said, only an insecure leader holds back on information. My point exactly. My point exactly. A leader has to share that light. So I appreciate you for that, Mark. And give me a shout sometime, brother. Let's chop it up. And with that, I think that's all the comments we have. Everyone we had joining us, I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And I wish all of you a blessed and prosperous day. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So until we meet again, bye-bye.